Also, I found a shirt that somewhat matches the occasion. But, oh, well, mine is Fox until Big I'm at Fox, and this is it. The last episode, well, technically multiple episodes, but last episode, final special of Ben 10, the 2016 reboot, which, one, I hope this isn't the end of Ben 10. Like, I hope, like, Cartoon Network will be like, alright, we tried this way, so let's try a new way, and hopefully it doesn't go into, like, we're gonna make it, Teen Titans Go. Like, no, please don't. Make it an action series, please. But, hell, put it on Netflix. No, HBO Max. Do it, series on HBO Max. Hey, but, this Alien Extinction, which I'm gonna say I liked more than the Generator Rex one. Like, I definitely feel like the Generator Rex one, though, again, I'm sure some people will like it. Again, it wasn't my favorite special out of these three, and I would say also that, like, if anything, like, the Generator Rex one was to be like, look, we're gonna have, one kind of crossover with Generator Rex, that way, we get some of the people in, and then, we're gonna try to dazzle them with the final one, the final special, which is Alien Extinction, which I loved. Quick synopsis. Basically, Alien X is going through the different dimensions, the Omniverse, which they straight call it, which is awesome. Collecting different watches while a version of Grandpa Max chases after him. Basically, then leading up to obviously a confrontation with the reboot Ben, who then has to team up with alternate versions of himself to fight Alien X. That's a quick synopsis. A few things about this. One, again, I love it. Two, I like how the opening is kind of a fake out. It also confused me for a minute. I'm like, wait, what? Because the special literally opens with Ben and Grandpa Max sitting at a campfire, and Ben kind of looks depressed, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's like Ben is depressed that, again, like following last episode, he's kind of depressed that basically summer vacation's almost over, but that's what I assumed. And then Grandma Max said, I don't know why Gwen would choose summer school over vacation. I'm like, the hell? Why is Gwen summer school? Like, is Gwen doing like online over the RV? Like, why is she, wait, what? Like, I was confused. And so eventually Alien X shows up, basically completely defeats Ben and steals the Omnitrix. And then, steals the Omnitrix, and it's like, oh, and then, like, they basically, what is it, Grandpa, the alternate timeline Grandpa Max appears, and basically goes, sorry, we can't help you. I can't help you. Basically is what he says, like, I can't help you, I can't get your Omnitrix back or anything. And basically, this then leads, that alternate timeline Grandpa Max to then, and also Alien X then absorbs the watch obviously into him. Grandpa Max travels to another timeline, where his ship gets exploded, his Rustbot gets exploded. And, basically we learn a few things. One, on his ship, that, obviously this Alien X has been taking watches from different timelines, but also that he has straight killed Ben's. Which I'm like, alright, balls, I like it. I'm like, hey, don't take that out of context. But yeah, I like it, alright. You're straight saying, yes, this Alien X has straight just killed some Ben Tennysons before. Actually, there was a point where they show, like, a list of, like, all the, Bens. So actually, hold on, let me see if I can actually... Well, I can't pull it up on the video, but I can, let me see. Because there's a point where Grandpa Max is looking at... Okay, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, Alien X has been to 18 different dimensions, it seems? Actually, this might, some of the green ones might actually be that. Because he's killed at least 3 of them, and I guess 3 of them are in either bad condition or just lost their watch. From the little thing I'm looking at right now. But, But yeah, basically, again, this basically leads to... And also, Ben's kind of going through a whole thing where he's like, man, I should be alone being a hero, not having you guys here, that way I can make myself shine, which I feel is a bit of a character regression, I will say, like, when we get to the reboot Ben, because he's like, I should be alone by myself, and, like, I'd make it better, stuff like that. I'm like, I feel that's a character regression, especially after the Generator X special, where he kind of straight says, like, no, yeah, I'm, like, he wants to be with his family, like, he doesn't want to give them up, so, like, but I'm honestly okay with it. Let me think, what was I gonna say? But anyways, but basically, eventually, Alien X comes up, alternate timeline Grandpa Max goes, look, listen to me. He also does shoot Ben, so Ben really isn't that obliged to try to listen to him, but he's like, listen to me, or you're gonna lose your watch, and, he's gonna kill the Omniverse. Alien X grabs the watch, grabs Ben, Ike's on it, anyway, which also, like, first off, like, people are gonna, especially, like, the people who watch just this special and haven't watched any other of the reboot are immediately gonna go, Alien X is way more powerful than this. Like, why? Like, Alien X would immediately kill and destroy everything. And I'm like, yes, he would. And again, I completely believe Alien X during the Green Lantern fight of Death Battle, most definitely should have won. But he just went and just disappeared. This Alien X is a lot weaker compared to the original Alien X. This Alien X, or maybe he's just not as trained in it. I don't know. Like, this Alien X doesn't seem to... I don't think it has the alternate personalities, or if it does, they're never really brought up. He does say we a lot, but he might just be referencing to all the different Omnitrixes. Who knows? But this Alien X is not as powerful as, that one where it's like, okay, snap fingers done, or rewind time immediately and stuff like that. But he is still powerful. Like, when you see, like, in the animation, how they have him, like, move, like, cut things, like, he's very meticulous, like, how he fights and everything, teleporting around, just bringing shit up and just throwing it at people, teleporting, and it's really freaking cool. I'm like, I kind of like, I'm not saying I don't like the original Alien X, but I do feel like we could have solved this Alien X a little bit. This version of Alien X, if Ben ever unlocked him, we would see a lot more than, obviously, we do originally, because this Alien X feels less God and more Superman. Like, it's like, yeah, he's super duper, yeah, he's powerful, and he's still probably the strongest alien, at least in that version's Omnitrix, but he's still at a level to where, yes, others can fight him. So, I'm okay with that. It was cool seeing that stuff, but I already know that some people were like, this alien X sucks because he's not as strong. But, beside that, that stuff was cool. I also kind of guessed the twist at the end anyways. But there's a lot of things I actually really do love about this series thing too. Like, obviously, then, like, what is it? Grandma Max, alternate timeline, Grandpa, or Maximus. That's what his name. Well, that's what they said to call him. Maximus basically says, "Look, I can't go to alternate timelines. You have no watch. We're kind of just stuck in this time dimension now." And then Alien Force just ran like, "Hey, I was following Alien X." It's like something to go through different timelines, which I don't know if that's from the original series or not. Professor Paradox could have came in, but whatever. But Alien Force comes in because, of course, Alien Force comes in. like, I don't know. Ben 10 version, I don't know. Again, Alien Force is the version that I'm just like, I didn't really like. And an alternate Alien, I definitely didn't like. But I will say, I like this, the reboot, there's a bit that one bit I like. But anyways, Alien Force comes, he's like, well, like, one, it's cool hearing Yuri Lothal just come in, which, yeah, he's the voice of Elgax in the show. Obviously, he was going to come back. But, he just goes, hey, yeah, I've been trying to fight Alien X, but I have to go in alone. And Grandpa Maximus just goes, well, I have to be alone first. You can't do this because you'll be in danger. And, like, it's like they're trying to out-dark emo each other. And I'm looking at, and then Ben's like, what the hell are you guys doing? And I'm like, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. But, But yeah, basically then they come up with the plan. Grandpa Max goes to an alternate timeline, or Maximus goes to an alternate timeline, grabs another Ben, and so that way they can fight, so they can try to get back the watches. He leaves. Alien Force Max, Ben stays there, which it's cool because, like, again, like, certain interactions that I wanted to see did happen. Like, Ben, like, obviously was like, whoa, I'm awesome in the future. And then Gwen asking, like, so, like, how am I in the future? And they're like, and Alien Force, the personality, I want to say, like, is, because here's the thing. It's not that Alien Force's personality is bad. It's that I don't see that personality as Ben 10 from original from original Ben 10 to Alien Force. I do not see that version of Ben as Ben, or at least equaling to that. Again, I don't see anything that, like, they never give a reason or why Ben would turn from this snarky kind of little gremlin, in a sense, into Mr. Stout and heroic Captain America. I don't see that. But it is cool seeing him interact. And again, like, if you told me, if you rearranged it and you had original Ben, Omniverse Ben, and then this personality of Alien Force, I could see that. Maybe something happens and Omniverse eventually does get a little bit more serious. Maybe he's more taking into responsibility. Maybe he's actually older. And we see that. And maybe, like, Alien Force is right before, like, he starts taking, like, Hero Biz way too seriously and then becomes Ben 10,000, that we see that time, that it's Ben 10-year-old Ben has to come to the future to teach him, like, hey, look, be a good guy. Like, hey, look, you need to learn how to have fun and spend time with your family. Like, that's how I would at least see that. But yeah, but, like, it's cute seeing original Ben, or Alien Force Ben interacting with the other Ben, interacting with Ben and Gwen, and, like, Gwen's like, how am I in the future? Or your timeline, she's like, oh, you're taller, you like magic books, you're into Kevin. And Gwen's like, what? I'm gonna stick with my timeline. And again, that does kind of stick. Also, another thing, Alien, one thing that really was freaking cool was when, and it sucks now because the show's over. It's when Grandpa Mac, Alien Force, Ben comes, he's like, yeah, I'm with the plumbers. And Ben, Gwen, and Maximus are like, plumbers? And then Grandpa Max, Grandpa Max just goes, no! And I'm like, yes! I'm like, that's what I want to see. Yes, that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see that Grandpa Max, in the reboot at least, was a plumber. And yeah, he was. He was a plumber. And again, not just like, oh yeah, he's just like an actual plumber. No. He is the alien plumber, the alien police force. And I'm like, hell yeah. That's so cool. I'm like, and even if we might not ever see it again, and even though we might not see this version of Ben and Grandpa Max and Gwen ever again, that's at least a cool tidbit to be like, okay, at least that's kind of answered. And also, we got that Grandpa Max, yeah, he was a plumber. He wasn't just silly grandpa. He was actually at some point serious. But yeah, I like that. That was really cool. But basically, eventually they go to Adrenaland, because that's where they're like, we need somewhere to fight. And they're like, Adrenaland. And like, all right, cool. There's nobody here because season's closing. And also it is fun where little Reboot Ben's like, do you have Adrenaland in your park? In your universe? And Ben, Alien Force is like, no. And he's like, your dimension sucks. Or something along the lines. But basically they said they booby trap the entire Adrenaland. Alien X comes. Again, he, like, regular Alien X would just snap his fingers, everything. But no, he fights. There's a whole bit of fight scene with the traps and all that stuff. They begin losing. Also, Alien Force Ben keeps becoming Chroma Stone, which I'm not going to again fault this episode for like, each version of Ben basically and Gwen each only having one transformation, because like, you only have, like, they probably, like, they're like, all right, we don't have a lot of money. Cartoon Network gave us this amount of gave us this much money. We have an entire season 5 to do, and we just need to have a big grand finale because we're being canceled after this. So they're like, you know what? Screw it. They spread out their money wisely for different character design and stuff like that. And honestly, it paid us off, I think. Like, yeah, I would have liked a bigger, like, transforming battle between, like, with all the different aliens and all this stuff. But obviously that costs more money, and then, you know, they're right outside the door, so Cartoon Network definitely is not going to shill out more money than probably they got. So, but yeah, so big fight happens. Eventually, Ultimate Alien Ben comes in, and I will say I think I prefer how Ultimate Alien Ben has the watch, his Ultimate Alien, where it's like the watch goes like this instead of the dial being up here. I don't know. I just kind of prefer it. It actually looks better. But yeah, like, basically he helps out. His main alien transformation is amphibian, which I guess is just an electrical alien. Ultimate Alien is the one version that I just saw. Ultimate Ben, I'm like, no! Ultimate Ben 10,000, I'm like, no! And I stood away till, basically, like, I think the first 12 episodes of Alien Force, and I'm like, nope, I'm not watching this. Ultimate Alien, and I'm like, let me get a try. Ben 10 Ultimate, I'm like, no. And then Omniverse happened, I'm like, alright, this is pretty good. But yeah, so Ben, what was I thinking about? But yeah, so Ben summons that Ben comes, they fight, they're still kind of getting their butt kicked, and Ben basically says, look, okay, we just need, like this, basically he figures out, yeah, I need family, I need help. So, he's like, him and Maximus, basically, hold on, Maximus, can you take me to alternate timelines and I'll get Ben? And like, wait, you know how long it took me to convince that Ben to come here? And he's like, trust me. And Gwen's like, yeah, the only person Ben ever listens to is Ben. And Ben's like, exactly. They travel, they go there. Like, again, fight scenes happen. Pretty good fight scenes, especially for Alien X. With Alien X showing just how powerful he is. And then eventually, you know, Ben comes back with Omniverse. Which also, I forgot, Maximus's Ben was killed. He was one of the Bens apparently that was just straight killed. And he also, like, it was Omniverse Ben, but pre, was it? Yeah, it is. Pre, Annihilarg. So, I guess Omniverse Ben, if he didn't restart or if he doesn't save the planet as Alien X from the Annihilarg, he would have, I guess, died. So, but so which also time spending, yeah, that is probably the one Ben that isn't there. But everyone comes in. There's a whole fight scene. Gwen's like, oh my god, do I have an Omnitrix? And Gwen's like, hell yeah, and yes, we're better. And I'm like, alright, I'm gonna get it. Alright. I'm like, I like Gwen, hell yeah. Especially Gwen 10. But yeah, they fight and stuff like that. OG Ben, I do feel like kind of got the shaft a bit. And it's probably because his personality is very similar to Reboot Ben. Kind of. So, okay, whatever. But I will say, I do like a bit where they're fighting. Or I think it was when they get trapped in the cave, and OG Ben goes, "Lucky girl, use one of your spells!" And Gwen's like, "Wait, an alternate timeline, I have magic?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, you do!" And it's magic, not some alien DNA bullshit. Because if they're straight gonna say yes, each version, whether it be OG, Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and Omniverse, even pre-Annihilarg are all... Well, pre-Annihilarg, I guess, technically is alternate timeline, but it's just the same Ben, but whatever. If they're saying that all those are alternate timelines, fine. I'm okay with that. You know, all the retcons and shit. Though, I'd say Omniverse, again, is the most that fits as a future version of Ben. But, especially even, like, the Maximus is pretty much the Ben 10,000 Grandpa Max. And then I'll bring up Ben 10,000 in a minute. But... basically, Ben says, all right, we all have to team up, use our Omnitrix is against evil Alien X, and we'll win this. And it's pretty cool. Like Gwen 10 has Rip Jaws, which I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. And also like it's Rip Jaws with like the suit to make sure they breathe underwater. They can breathe, and I'm like, all right, that's actually pretty badass. That's actually really cool that they had Rip Jaws, and then like they even showed like, okay, like it's kind of like future Alien. Well, is it Alien Force or is it Omniverse? I can't remember which one. I think it's Omniverse, where it's like, yeah, you have here's a like the Omnitrix gives you like a suit that makes sure your alien doesn't die. So that's pretty cool. Like NRG's like metal lead suit and all that stuff, or atomics kind of thing. Yeah, but anyways, accelerates man. Yeah, you got Rip Jaws for him. You got Heat Blast for OG Ben, which another cool thing is like one you have the different transformations for each character, which I thought was pretty cool. Like I think Alien Force has the most alien transformations because he had outside the other Bens and the main Ben, because he has like Big Chill. He has Big Chill. He has Chroma Stone, which he transferred multiple times. I'm like, when I saw him transferring Chroma Stone like 3 to 4 times, I'm like I think 2 or 3 times. I'm like, okay, yeah, they gotta limit the budget and like this character designs, I guess, and stuff. So that makes sense. But Chroma Stone looked cool, as well as Big Chill, because Big Chill definitely was one that I liked. Ripjaws actually is like one of my he's a low tier alien, I would say, but he's actually a really coolly designed one, and he's one of my favorite figures that I have, and he's pretty badass. I actually really like Ripjaws. I guess also Ripjaws would technically be like, if you like, you could probably put him in the monster aliens category. He could technically be like the creature from the Black Lagoon. But in any case, but yeah, the Ripjaws was Gwen 10. Omniverse was Blocks, which I don't know why Blocks gets so much hate. They're like some people say, I don't believe like an alien race that makes blocks that are made out of Legos could exist. No, that's where you draw the line. Not that, I don't know, there's alien ghosts, wizards, dragons, all this shit. That you draw the line at Lego blocks. You didn't even draw the line of Gwen being an alien that doesn't have DNA, but somehow just doesn't have DNA, so Ben can't turn into it. But what? Beside the point. But yeah, he turned into Blocks, which I do like that. Even OG Ben or Reboot Ben, I'm getting them mixed up now. Reboot Ben's like, okay, like I like that alien. I'm like, that's a cool. I want that one on my rollout. I'm like, cool. I'm trying to think what were the other ones. Amphibian was like Ultimate Aliens, which I'm like, honestly, like I feel like out of all the aliens you could have done, you probably could have done the Ultimate Alien of Humongosaur. Like, that's the stupidest transformation. Not the stupidest. It actually looks really badass in Omniverse. I actually would say that. But honestly, yeah, you could have done the Humongosaur one. And obviously, also, Omniverse technically could have just turned into Alien X himself. Because that's the thing. Omniverse is still the strongest Ben. But yeah, he could have turned into Alien X himself, technically. Or maybe Feedback would have been... no, you know what? Blocks is actually a good one for Omniverse, because at least Blocks is like an alien that was specific for Omniverse, as well as Feedback technically is too. But that's actually a really good one. And then let's think, what were the other ones? I think that was all. Oh, Heat Blast. I'm going to bring up Heat Blast in the OG, because the cool thing is, because original Ben or Reboot Ben turns into Heat Blast as well. But I noticed this before that, is that the transformation, one, looks badass when OG Ben turns into the Heat Blast, but also, you see that it has the original color scheme, where it's like, the rock's a little bit darker, the Omnitrix is here, the fire is like, kind of gradient, or it's like lighter here, and it kind of dims a little out here, the face is less pointed, and more like smoothed down, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, that's the original Heat Blast. That's the original Heat Blast. That's freaking cool. I like that. That's actually really badass. And And even then, I like when I do like how like each of the Bens kind of have an interaction off of each other, because Reboot Ben, like, he turns into Heat Blast too, and OG Ben's like, really? Heat Blast? You can't pick another alien? He's like, what? Heat Blast's a classic! And he's like, yeah, he is. Which, I think the only... I can't remember, I think each of the Bens has like some kind of cool interaction with the Reboot Ben, except for Ultimate Alien. And maybe he does. Oh no, yeah, actually, you know what he does? He says, he's like, whoa, that's a cool watch. And we see the Ultimatrix. And then he's like, well, play your cards right and you'll get one too, probably. Hope not. Honestly. And then you know, Grandpa Max, Gwen, they get some cool weapons. They help fight too. It's a really badass fight. They eventually team up, work together. They are able to just pull the Omnitrixes off of Alien X. And it's just like, alright, that's fine. I'm okay with that. They pull all the Omnitrixes off. And eventually, you know, towards the end, obviously, Alien X transforms back. And it's revealed to be dun 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 Ben. But it's like, which, you know, I'll give them credit for, at least for this. They at least literally added like every Ben, but they've added Ben 10,000, kind of. It's an older Ben, which like even has the Ben 10,000 Omnitrix, but like it's like, but like this is a Ben where he's like, my Grandpa Max and Gwen died trying when I said I didn't need help, so now I'm going to be evil and like take Omnitrix from all of them and show that I'm the strongest Ben. And they're like, no, you idiot. No, like, no, you like, you know, obviously, family is good. You need to stick with them, or, you know, your actual family, whatever, whether it be found or biological, whatever. And, you know, if you need help, and rely on your family. And Grandpa, and basically, and like, it also brings up, like, he, like, basically tried to, I guess, destroy the Omnitrix when Vilgax tried to grab it at one point, which then accidentally turned him into Alien X, and I'm assuming he killed Vilgax, or the explosion killed Vilgax. And then, like, then pretty much it ends with Maximus going, well, you know what? You're not beyond saving. We're gonna help you. And everyone's like, he's a bad guy. Didn't he kill some Bens? And he's like, and like even that Ben also, the evil Ben 10,000, he's kind of like, yeah, like I'd rather go to the null void. And Maximus is like, well, probably you will. After a very long and endless summer. Which, I definitely feel that's a wink and a nod to, and also kind of a middle finger to everyone who complained about the original, who complained when they heard about the reboot. Because here's the thing. When I first heard about the reboot and I saw the reboot, I'm like one of the main lines that they said was that Ben, Grandpa Max, and Gwen were going to be on a endless summer vacation. And I immediately thought, well, shit, that probably means Ben will never get any character. He'll never grow as a character, and it'll probably just be like Teen Titans Go, which Season 1 kind of was. But, you know, as we all know, it met its course. It followed along and was like, no, Ben is going to grow. Characters are going to learn. Characters are going to develop. And they do. And that was cool. And that's why I feel that Maximus saying, we're going to be on a grandpa, grandson, ultimate, like, forever vacation, summer vacation, putting things right. And I'm like, you know what? Like, that's a good way to say, F you for not watching our show. Screw you for not watching our show. It was damn good. Screw you that you didn't give it a chance. Because I literally on Twitter, like, someone says, like, I literally on Twitter, and people literally were saying, like they said, like, the reboot Ben 10 ended today. And people are saying, well, and nothing was lost, or good riddance. And I'm like, you never even watched the damn show. You dumbasses. Because if you did, you'd see it's pretty damn good. Hell, I'm I'm honestly happy, because here's the thing. I do thank Kuro the artist, who created the 5 Years Later, which is a Ben 10 Danny Phantom crossover comic, which is supposed to be like 5 years after both series ended. Which, I'll say this. It's fun, but it's way more a Ben 10 story than it is a Danny Phantom one. Danny's kind of just there. For at least that's how I feel. I think he is adding more of the Danny Phantom bits to it. I would highly recommend the comic. It's pretty okay. It's pretty okay. It's pretty good. Like, it's cool seeing the different alien stuff like that. I don't really like how, like, he doesn't like blocks, because I'm like, really? That's where you have an issue. Okay, whatever. Again. But it is pretty good. And, like, he even said, like, yeah, the reboot's not my cup of tea, but it is pretty damn good. And he even explained, like, different things, like, one, the toys are really cool, which I actually have a few of them. The toys are really cool. The animations are really good at parts, and like you know, the multiple different animation transformations are pretty cool. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll give this reboot a shot. I did, and obviously, but how long have I been talking? Because I've been talking for a minute. But yeah, this was a really good show. It sucks that so many people are gonna be like, stupid shit. And it's like, no, it's actually really good. You just need to actually give it a chance. And mind you, yes, season 1 is bad. Hold out through it. At least the season finale. I don't even want to say, like, don't watch the season finale, like, skip straight to the season finale, because isn't season 1 also where Gax is introduced and stuff like that? So, like, I don't even want to say skip. Like, watch it. Know the first season isn't that good. Put it in the background. Maybe just keep it or anything. And then, you know, whenever Vilgax pops up, know that it's when it starts getting good. Especially, you know, a few seasons later when Kevin is introduced. Kevin sadly doesn't make an appearance, which kind of sucks. Hopefully there will be another reboot or another continuation of Ben 10, and we'll see Kevin appear again. Like, maybe we'll have the Omniverse crossover again. Maybe they'll do Ken 10. I honestly would really like a Ken 10 series. Or like someone said in the comments, like a Ben 10 series that is leading up to Ben 10,000, which I'm like, just do it like Omniverse. Have it where, like, the main story is Ken 10, but every so often we get, like, a flashback to the in-between between Omniverse and Ben 10,000. And we slowly see as Ben kind of becomes that grouchier hero. And, like, you know, like Ken's learning from the mistakes and stuff like that. Maybe, like, these are told from Grandpa Max stealing stories. And we see, like, Devlin, like, slowly learning about his Osmosian powers, which I guess technically he doesn't have the absorption powers. He gets turned into Kevin 11. But still, you know. I think that'd be cool. And then you could have Ken's sister be the magic user. And I say magic user. Not Anodite. Not whatever the hell. Magic user. Which Spellcast releases in that one. Well, Spellcast I think is in Ultimate Alien too. And they try to retcon shit. I gotta finish that so I can do my retrospective on the different characters. Sadly, I need to watch Alien Force, but I also need to be in the mood to watch Alien Force. But yeah, this show was good. This show was really damn good. It sucks that so many people probably will never see it. Or think, it's just Ben 10 Teen Titans Go. And it's like, it really isn't. It really isn't. At least not season 1. At least not the parts where Vilgax in season 1 and the end, and, you know, season 2 and beyond. It's actually really damn good. The character interaction between all of them are really cool. Between Grandpa Max, Gwen, and Ben. I had to rewatch OG one because everyone says, like, yeah, the reboot has way better chemistry, or, you know, like, chemistry, but, like, kind of like the cousin, brother, family vibe between Ben and Gwen than the original one does, which I kind of want to check that out because I remember they were snarky towards each other, but obviously they wanted to help each other and stuff like that, which, you know what, late 90s, early 2000s. It's really early 2000s because I think it's 2005 that Ben 10 came out. No. Was it 2005? It was earlier. 2002? I'm trying to remember because I remember I watched some specials or episodes. I think I watched the Kevin 11 special episode when I was in Puerto Rico which that was during a summer vacation. I believe that was a summer vacation in 2005. So who knows? But 2005. Yeah. So but yeah, this show is good. I highly recommend it if you haven't watched them yet. It's really damn good. It's cool seeing everyone come back. I will say though, like some of the Bens kind of looked Family Guy-esque at some points, but oh god, my vision suddenly went like floop. God, that was weird. Like they kind of look Family Guy at some points, but eventually, like it balances itself out. The action is really good. It's moving pretty well. Again, Alien X isn't as all-powerful as he was in the original series, but also I kind of prefer this power level for Alien X, if only because it would have given the Bens more options to transform and stuff like that. I would have liked if the series would have gotten more money, at least for the final thing. Like, the Cartoon Network would, if they would have said, like, look, just give us some more money. And I don't know what the case is behind the scenes, but I do feel like it was like, yeah, we need to spread this money as thinly as we can to cover everything. And I feel again that main thing that happened was like, we can't have all the different transformations, we can't have all these different voice actors, stuff like that, and like that kind of sucks. Although I will say, because I just thought about it right now, I kind of do hope they have at least one series finale of toys. Because I would actually love a Gwen 10 toy. A Gwen 10 toy, a Ben 10,000. Even if it's the fat Ben 10,000. As long as it's not the one in the jacket. Like, I want him, beard, black shirt, white line. Yeah. And then, the Gauntlet Omnitrix. Come on, just give me that at least. Give me at least one more reboot toy series to at least end it off. Because, I'm now kind of really miffed that Omniverse ended when it did, and that they were just about to release a Ben 10,000 toy. Yeah, it's the one where he has the two Omnitrixes, and, like, they're really thin, but still, a Ben 10,000 action figure would have been badass. God, I wonder where that toy is. Like, it's in, like, some kind of, like, warehouse somewhere that Cartoon Network sees all their prototype toys, and that's the one thing I'd be like, can I take this? Like, no one else is gonna want it. Like, I'll leave a picture. Xerox. But, yeah, like, I would like more, because, again, there's so many different loose ends. Like, there's so many loose ends, but I do feel at the very least, like, just the bit where they said Grandpa Max was a plumber. And I'm like, all right, that's at least like kind of like Adventure Time, where it's kind of where it's like, yeah, there's a few plot lines that they kind of left at the end of the series, but I mean, it's okay. Like, all right, that's fine. That's all right. Best thing I can say is, hey, Kuro the Artist. Yeah, I know you said like the reboot Ben is just kind of a TV series in the original 5 years later. How about you make it a little more canon to your timeline as well? Anyways, but yeah, the series is fun. I highly recommend it. This is a good, send off to the series. I would like to see more Kevin. I would have loved the interaction between OG Ben and Kevin Levin. Like, again, like, I think if you don't want to go like a specific timeline or go back to your original timeline, have it to where the next Ben 10 reboot is an Omniverse one, where, again, like, each season is its own story and, like, its own version of Ben. Because, yeah, like, I haven't seen something like that. Well, I guess the American Horror Story thing, kind of. No, it's all the same universe and technically different characters. But still, like, something kind of like that. Like, you could have, like, each season is, like its own little adventure thing. You don't have to have, like, the big plot, but you could have, like, a small one that kind of pays off during things. You could put it on HBO Max only, like you're doing with Infinity Train. Which, FYI, go check that out so we see if we can get more books out of that. But, yeah, like, there's so much more they could do with this. Again, I wanted to see that Kevin, like OG Ben, like, Kevin! Wait, you have a watch? Like, something like that. Like, I think it would have been badass. But, tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching. that you enjoy this. I might make one more video, Ben 10 reboot video, where I kind of go over clips of the original of the series, or not series, the special. Because the cool thing is, I figured out how to stream things on Xfinity, so I actually have the whole episode on my computer, which I can easily OBS, but I don't want to, get a copyright claim, because that's the biggest issue here. So I might go over certain clips and stuff like that there. But tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching for videos I've done. Links are on my Facebook on there. Tell me if you guys like this, and we will. See you later. And just remember, it started when an alien devised what it did and stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's Ben 10.